If you had told me 3 years ago that my life would look like it does now, I probably wouldn't have believed you. I work from home, I own my own business, and I live in a house that I love in a neighborhood that I've always dreamed of living in. I'm just really thankful for what my life looks like now. My name is Kelsey Baldwin, and I'm the owner of Paper and Oats. Ever since I was a little kid, I really liked art, and I loved making things with my hands and painting and drawing and crafting. And I would make little worksheets and silly things for my dad, and it wasn't really until high school that I realized that was an actual career and you could design things professionally and earn a living off of it. I didn't know that was even a thing until then. When I was in high school, I met a guy and we were in the youth group together at church. We started dating, dated all through high school and through part of college, and got married. We were both really young. I was 21 and he was 20, which at the time you feel like you're old and you know everything. I think part of me wasn't 100% sure, but I was like, I think I also thought everybody has doubts maybe when they get married. I don't know. It was October 21st, 2013, and I came home from work. Sorry. I came home from work, and it was weird because I really distinctly remember being like really happy. I just loved where we were. We were trying to start a family, and then I got home and my husband kind of just sat me at the table and was like, I need to talk to you. And I could tell it was really serious, and I didn't know what was coming. I had no clue. But he basically just said, I don't want to be married anymore. I don't want this house. I don't want the dog. I don't want a family. I don't want this life, but I don't know what life I do want, but it's not this. And I was completely in shock. I had no clue it was coming, no clue. Like, he gave no warning signs at all. And I kind of just sat at the table for a long time and thought about it. Got up, went to the bathroom, and took a pregnancy test because we had been trying to get pregnant, and it was positive. Looking at that like little test, it kind of just lights a fire in you, and you have this other person now that you're kind of fighting for. I had built up my Etsy shop a lot in the last few months before he left, and was working for a design agency, and I knew that that extra income from my Etsy shop was for a specific purpose, but I didn't know what yet. And when he left, I realized quickly that it was to keep me afloat and to help pay for pregnancy things and doctor's appointments. After he left, I wanted to build that up even more, and I sat down and made a business plan and planned out products I wanted to add to the shop, how I wanted to grow it with social media and marketing and email, and trying different ways to just expand my business so that one day I could stay home with my daughter. If this is, what's coming, then I'm ready for it. My mom was a single mom for a long time. You're gonna make this choice and commit to it, and that's what you're gonna do. Penelope Rose Baldwin was born July 9th, 2014, and we call her Poppy.
Tell me about Poppy.
She's awesome. She's amazing. She's smart. She's hilarious. She has a ton of personality. I want to be home with her and I want to have the flexibility of it, and all of that was a lot of motivation to work really, really, really hard for a few months so that I could build it up to where I didn't have to work very hard. Around the time Poppy was about 6 months old is when I was able to quit my full-time job and take my freelance work and my Etsy shop full-time. I was making more with those things than I was at my day job, so it made sense to make the switch at that point. It was really empowering to kind of officially go off on your own, but also kind of scary because you're a single parent and so you're the sole provider for Poppy, and I knew it was growing and I knew it was going to be worth it if I put the work in, and it turned out okay. I just devoured everything. Like, I tried to learn as much as I could about running an online business, about social media, email marketing, blogging. I'm kind of a planner in general, and I'm pretty organized, and so that side of running a business came pretty naturally, and I enjoyed that a lot. I think like learning about the whole world of online business and entrepreneurship, I saw kind of a need for design for those types of businesses, and the more I was in that world, the more it was kind of exploding, and I became one of the first people to really cater specifically to designing for digital products. I could see what all went into it, and then also like, how can I package this and sell it to other entrepreneurs who need their courses designed or ebooks or whatever they were creating. I was starting to design more digital products for other clients and decided to make some of my own. So I put a lot more work into my email list and growing my social media following, and I started to build my first course, which was teaching InDesign. The launch of the InDesign course went a lot better than I expected. My goal was to sell about 40 spots in the course, and they were $300 each, and I ended up selling about 80, which totaled to about $20,000. And my email list was really small at the time. It was only about 900 people, and so that was nearly 10% of my list bought my product, which is really rare. The average is around 3%. So I was really, really pleased with how it did, and it kind of propelled me forward to create more products like that. A little bit after I launched the InDesign course, I started work on my second course, which was called Etsy on Autopilot, and it's teaching people how to sell digital products on Etsy. The content was something that they were eager to learn and willing to pay for, so I started work on that course and launched it about 6 months later, and it did really well also. It did about 18,000. Now I'm almost 3 launches in and have launched a second course, and it's all providing me for a life that I never thought I'd have. I think if I could go back, I would tell myself that it's all gonna be okay. That there's gonna be really hard days and not so hard days, and there's gonna be great wins and great losses still. So yeah, I think just telling her it's gonna be crazy, but it's gonna be good. This one's pretty. Can you tell it? I think if you're a single mom and you want to try to have your own business to where you can stay home with your kid, if you put in the time and you put in the hard work up front, it can really pay off in the end, and you can be more involved in their life than if you were at an office, and every day will look different, and you can you have to be flexible, but it's totally worth it, and it'll be worth it in the end.
feel to be where you are now?
Pretty damn good.